Let's be real, cheating doesn't come out off nowhere. No one wakes up and says, "I think I'll destroy my relationship today." No, it builds quietly, patiently, like a slow leak in your roof drip. By drip, a missed text here, a cold glance there, a hug that feels just a little too formal at first. You don't even notice it. You're too busy with life bills, work responsibilities. You chalk it up tostress. She's just tired, you tell yourself. It's got a lot going on. But truth is, the leak has already started, and you won't notice it until the whole damn ceiling collapses, until it's too late, until the laughter stops until the text gets shorter, until the woman you loved is sitting across from you. And she's just not there anymore. But here's what no one tells you. Woman who cheats never does it without leaving signs. It's never silent, it's never clean, and it's never without cracks in the foundation. Let that sink in. The signs are always there, scattered like breadcrumbs. You just didn't want to follow them, yo told. Your self-stories that she's just boozy, just tired, that it'll pass, that she needs space. But behind that excuse bend, that soft denial, there's a man, a man. Who knows? He feels it. He sends things wrong, but he just doesn't have the strength to say it out loud. Note at hand, if you've ever felt that gut punch, that quiet dread that something ain't right. That ache in your chest at 2:00 m. That silence in a room that used tocho with laughter. This one's for you, because when a woman cheats, she always leaves footprints in the mud marks. You can trace moments you'll later wondering how you didn't see it. And today, we're not brushing it under the rug. Today, we're tracking every one of those signs so you don't miss them again. So you don't question your worth. So you walk into clarity, not confusion. Let's begin. Sign 1, her attention shifts. And she pretends it hasn't. This one doesn't scream, it whispers, it creeps in. You didn't need a PhD in psychology to feel it. You just need to notice the vibe. One day she's warm. She's curious. She's invested. She's asking about your day, smiling when you walk in, holding your hand just because. The next day, it's like you're talking to a stranger, wearing her face. She doesn't ask how your meeting went. She stops laughing at your stories, even the ones she used to adore. She forgets your mom's birthday or that you're allergic to shellfish. She forgets you, and when you bring it up, when you say, "Hey, something feels different," she hits you with your rover thinking, "I've just been tired, you're a binginzer." But here's the truth. Brother, women don't pull away randomly. They didn't just shut down emotionally without cows. They pull away when their emotional investment shifts elsewhere, whether it's another man, a fantasy, or just the idea of freedom and escape. The focus, it's no longer on you, and that's the first real crack. It doesn't look like betrayal. It doesn't sound like it either, but it is. Because emotional distance, that's always the first step before physical betrayal. Sign 2. She starts hiding the small stuff. Cheating doesn't start in the bedroom. That's the lie we've been sold in movies, that it begins with kisses, a touch, a hotel room. But real life fight starts in the silence she used to tell you everything, even the boring stuff. What Susan at work said, what she had for lunch, how the dog barked at the dog. Our guy now, she just says long day and walks away. No detail, no stories, now arms. And you don't even realize at first, because we all have rough days, right? But then you notice it's not just their words that have gone quiet, it's her presence. She used to leave her phone on the counter, right, unlocked, face up, notifications popping. No big deal. No, that phone's face down, locked tighter thon. A bank vault always in her hand, even when she showers, it's within resu. Joke about it? She says, "GH, you're being dramatic. You don't trust me?" And boom, you become the bad guy. You're jealous. You're insecure. You're insecuring. But brother, let's not pretend you don't see what's really happening here. She's compartmentalizing, dividing her life into 2 lanes, the version of herself that's still with you and the version that's quietly sliding away. You see, a woman doesn't have toke out the door to leave. Sometimes she stays, but takes everything that matters with her. Her truth, her loader, her loyalty. Her body may still be in the room, but her heart is packing its bags. A cheating woman becomes a magician. She distracts with one hand, Look, everything's fine. You're just paranoid while the other hand hides what you are not supposed to see. It's smoke and mirrors. It's manipulation with Osmile. And if you start thinking you're a crazy, if you start doubting what you feel deep in your chest, it's because it's mastered something even more powerful. Fanlying, emotional gaslighting, Makoo, question reality, make you wonder. I fewer just being. Too sensitive make yo feel guilty for noticing that she's changing. But deep down, you know Yuvel was known because energy doesn't lie woman's presence. Her effort, her words, the all shift when her heart does, and here's the worst part, she's still. Act like she's yours just enough to keep yo confused. But in truth, she's auditioning a new life one where you're not cast in fleeting role. Anymore she won't tell you, she won't fight you, she'll just fade a bit by bit, and by the time you notice she's already halfway out the door, emotionally free and unaccountable. Sign 3, the intimus vanishes or mutates. One of the loudest red flags is what happens in the bedroom or doesn't intimacy. Real, raw, emotional intimacy is just about sex. It's about connection. It's about energy. It's about two souls meeting with trust in between. But when a woman starts cheating, fatten tomachineses, and you feel it before you even realize what you're feeling, she might suddenly become duntours distant, as if touching. Yo takes effort, as if your hands are rune familiar, as if your breath against her skin no longer feels like home. I'm but like a memory she's outgrown. And you start asking yourself, what did I do wrong? Did I change? Is she just stressed? But it's deeper than thought. Sometimes the shift goes the other way. She becomes too interested, too aggressive, too intense. She introduces new moves, different energy, a fire that wasn't there before, and instead of feeling excited, you feel confused because the question starts to echo in your head. Where did she learn that? Who is this really for? And that's the twist, Both. Scenarios, coldness, or hypersexuality are signs, because when a woman is cheating, she's not just sharing her body. She's redirecting her intimacy currency. And intimacy, like money, has a limit. It can't be spent in two places at once. So what happens? That currency either dries up with you or gets exaggerated. That's a performance, as a cover-up, as damage control. Sex becomes one of three things. A chore just to keep. TPs. A performance, a stage show, to make you think nothing's wrong. A confession in disguise, and a to soothe her own guilt. But one thing it rarely is any more real. You'll feel it in aftermath when she rolls over instead of holding you. When the silence between you stretches longer than the night, when you feel more alone after bung closed than you did before. It's like kissing someone through a glass well. It looks the same, sounds the same, but it's empty. That isn't love, that isn't connection. That isn't a phase, that's their sidu of betrayal. You'll lie awake wondering, why does she feel so far away? And the answer? Because she already is. Her body may still be next to you, but her soul is somewhere else. Her thoughts are with someone else. Her heart is entertaining a world you're not invited into, and that, my brother, is enough. The cruelest forms of floss. Part 5, Sign 5. Her future plans no longer include you. This one hits different. It doesn't come with a scream, it doesn't come with a fight. It comes with quiet, a kind of emotional fog that rolls in slow. But once it's there, you can see the future anymore, at least not the one you both used to dream of one day, she's saying, when we go on vacation. Next summer, the next it's E1 too. Travel more, no, I choose to say when we get a placetager. Now it's I've been thinking off moving. And it's not just words, it's tone, the absence of excitement, the lack of shared vision, the shift from us to me, and it stings because it's subtle beckos. It doesn't come with an announcement because it happens in such small ways. You don't even realize she's slowly erasing you from her future. She talks about growth now, about space, about feeling, but not with you. She doesn't say, I want to. Heal together, she says, I need time, I need distance, I need to figure things out. And when you ask, where do I fit into all this? Shaluk's confessed, as if the thought of includinja never even crossed her mind. That's when it hits you. She's already planning her exit, and you're just waiting. Tobe notified. That's why you feel like a ghost in your own relationship. That's why her eyes don't light up when they meet yours anymore. That's why everything feels like it's floating in limbo, because in her mind she's already moved Needin. She just hasn't packed the bags yet to her still. Standing in the doorway, and she's already down the street. Emotionally free, spiritually gone, your rage is catching up to the memo, and I know this is where most men break. They beg, they bargain. They try to become better, try to fix what she already decided wasn't worth saving, but don't chase, don't plead. Don't shrink because of. She had to lose herself to find herself, brother. She was never truly yours to begin with. The bigger truth: cheating isn't a random act, it's a process, a slow erosion of connection. A woman doesn't cheat the moment she touches another. Man, she cheats the moment she disconnects from you emotionally and makes the silent decision not to reconnect. That's when it begins. In the day she stops trying. In the night she stops turning toward you in bed. In the week she stops includinja in plans. In the month she starts looking for something more without ever telling you. She stops seeing value in what you already had. The signs are always there, but you have to be brave enough to see them and strong enough to walk away when you do. Because here's the hard truth: if you let someone cross your boundaries on, say, "I've taught them it's okay to do it taggin." So what do? You stay awake, you stay grounded, you listen to your instincts, and most importantly, you don't shrink for anyone who has outgrown their loyalty. Let's zoom out for a second. Widows. Cheating destroys us so deeply. It's not just about broken trust, it's a death of a dream. The slow collapse of a future you were building with both hands. The moment when we becomes meandiar. Left in the wreckage, wondering if any of it was ever real. But here's what you must hear today: it was real. Your fort, your loyalty, your faith in her love, it was real. Even if her commitment died quietly in the background. But here's the truth: most men miss. This isn't just about her, this is about you. This is about what you've tolerated in the name of love, about the signs you ignored in the name of hope, about the night you laid beside her, feeling lonely and blaming yourself for it, but no more. Today you wake up, today you stop making excuses for someone else's betrayal. Today you reclaim your power, not by hating her, but by choosing you. Because the truth is, you can't control who cheats on you, but you can't control what happens next. Bonus tip: watch how share peers. This is the most overlooked segment, the most important. Every couple has problems, every relationship hits rough patches. But what separates real love from fake loyalty is what she does when things get tough. Does she lean in, or does she drift further? Does she open up, or does she shut you out? Does she fight for the relationship, or just fight inside? Because when a woman is truly yours, she doesn't disappear when things get uncomfortable. She doesn't retreat in tasselance. She doesn't give less and collete space. She shows up even when it's hard, even when it's messy. So if she's no longer repairing with you, she's already building without you, and that, my friend, is your signal. So now what you've seen, the signs you've heard, the truth you've felt each, and now it's time to choose clarity over confon. To stop guessing, stop justifying, stop waiting for someone woe's already gone. You don't need closure from her. You need courage in yourself. So here's what I want you to do: comment the word clarity if you feel this in your soul, if you're done tolerating emotional neglect, if you're done questioning your worth. Let this be the day. You're no longer begged to stay in a place you're being emotionally evicted from. And if you're tired of lies, tired of manipula-centered, of being the only one holding the relationship together, subscribe. Because on this channel, we didn't chase shadows, we sharpen minds. We didn't teach you how to win her back. We teach you how to never lose yourself again.